All right, so this is our Ucrew system. All right, so I think for me, I understand systems and processes. So a little background for those of you who don't know me. I was a director of nursing. I specialize in Alzheimer's and dementia. And when I worked in that space, I ran 4 departments. My largest was over 1,000 people. Not just nursings, I had the security department, I had like all these different, the concierge. So I was over a community that sit on like 100 acres, and I had all these different departments. So my whole career, I've always felt like I've just put these little tiny systems in place. And when I came here, I felt like people wanted to be entrepreneurs and they wanted to do this part-time, but it really took full-time effort. Do you guys agree? Yeah. Like to really build something, it's full-time effort. But how could we do that and do it part-time and still move when you're actually not working? And so that's why a system is really important to me, because if we don't have a system, then what's happening here is we're continuously doing everything on our own, and it actually, if we don't have a system in place, it doesn't duplicate, right? And so like if I'm going to do something for you, Tracy, and I'm going to do everything and it's really complicated, that doesn't duplicate. So we need to keep it very simple, and that's what the system is here with Ucrew Nation, is just keeping it super simple. So that's what's going to give you your true freedom. I want you guys to think of it as like your human resource department, okay? When you talk about it, when people ask you, what is the Ucrew Nation system? It's a human resource department. It's where people get trained, coached, and developed, okay? That's how I want you to think about that. Now, the purpose of that is for leverage, right? It's obviously for leverage. All right. All right, the first thing I want you guys to do is look in your folders. Okay, look in your folders, and we're going to take out this document. So when you're building a business, I feel like if you want to be successful, you have to be a professional appointment setter. That is really the only thing we need to do. So the company does all the heavy lifting, right? And what we need to be is that person outside telling people to come to our store. And to do that, you have to be an inviter. And that is the main skill for you to be successful. It is really the only skill. Everything else, you can figure that out later, but if you can't get this skill down, it's not going to work. All right, so this one here, this is a document we created. This has been something I used for about 8 years now. I feel like it is the secret sauce. Is Nathan here today? Ricardo? Okay, no he's not. Okay, so Nathan was one of the first people that I started network marketing with, and we sat down at our house and said, what is the secret to an invite? And this is the secret. I feel like this right here is the secret sauce to everything we do. Every time I invite, I use these bullets here. So there are a couple of components of an invite. As you look at this document, it's create an urgency, create an interest, take the pressure off and give an authentic compliment, ask for 20, 30 minutes, or if they've watched something, like some pre-qualifying video before, it would be like 15 or so minutes, right? And then you're asking for the time, right? And then that's basically the invite, okay? So doing that, each and every one of you will have to hit every one of these components every time you invite, whether it's on the phone, whether it's on a direct message, in person, does not matter. If you hit every one of these points, you will have that perfect invite. Okay, so let's look at that. Maybe we should do a role play. Yeah. Okay, would somebody like to come up and volunteer? Okay, come on, let's go. Stephanie's gonna come up. All right, so Stephanie, let's just see the best way to do this. Yeah, let's get you a mic. Where's the other mic? Okay, so tell me a little bit about yourself, Stephanie. So if you were going to invite somebody, tell me your story. For example, who introduced you to, 3, and what were you looking for, and what is the opportunity? And then what we're going to do is form that and then create an interest. Because a lot of times we might say, hey, I just joined a company. If you look on the second page, let's just look at this one here. It says, I partnered with a successful couple. that is big on impact. They just started a pre-launch on a new project here in Jacksonville and in 14 countries. They did this a few years ago and did very well. Obviously, they're talking about us. They've made over $4.5 million, and they've helped other people build residual income of 6 and 7 figures. We're now forming a position at the top of our organization. This is a part-time opportunity, all online. Are you open to learning more? If it's not for you, no problem. Trust me, it's worth your time. If I send you a couple of videos to review, can you connect after? Let me know. So say she was like taking that script from that document, right? And then she has to put herself, she has to infuse herself into that. Otherwise, it sounds like a cut and paste. Right? And that's gross. Like, have y'all been spammed? Yes. It's terrible. So if you guys have used this and cut and pasted it, I'm sorry. That was not the purpose. And this is the main thing, is I have to get you guys connect those like neurotransmitters that, y'all, you cannot spam your friends. They will run from you and they won't answer you. So let's take her story, let's take that and let's put it together. And as we're doing this, start thinking about yourself. And then once you learn these little skills, you can do this anywhere with any conversation, and it's beautiful. Okay. So just give us a couple of bullet points.
All right, so if you were my prospect, is what we're
I'm your
okay. All right, like, first I would probably create, or just say, hey, do you have a minute? And if they're like, yes, like if we're in the gym or something, and be like, I'm a stay-at-home mom, I have 4 kids, and I started this kind of part-time business. It's great for health and wealth. I'm partnered with over 600 doctors, and we have a great team here in Jacksonville. Our leaders are actually 6 to 7 figure earners, and we're in 14 countries. They've made millions of dollars. They're here to help us, coach us, mentor us. We have the community. Is this something that she would be interested in joining?
Okay.
Or is that too much? Is that like word vomit a little?
That's kind of, so are you a phone call? Is this a phone? Yeah, and you're up here, so everything's gonna be word vomit, right? Like, cause you're nervous. You're like, oh my gosh, okay. Yeah, you did great. That's great, okay. So she said a lot in the beginning, and there's nothing wrong with putting color in. And what I loved is that she infused herself. I'm a stay-at-home mom, right? And this is what she's looking for. People want to know. They don't care what you're doing. They want to know why you're doing it. And I would write that down, because that's what really makes sense to them. If you work from the inside out, that's what really changes things, okay? And that means going from the heart. If I came to you and said, hey, I just launched a company here in Jacksonville, we can make a lot of money, it's brand new, it's 3, we open in 14 countries. Okay, that might get a small percentage of people, because some people like money. But what if I said, me and my husband, we've been really struggling last year. We lost everything, and we saw an opportunity of a new company launching that's ground floor, and I heard you do really, really well if you get in early, and that could financially change our family's life. And we've been praying for something financial. And I think it could help me and possibly bless you guys, because I know you guys are struggling a little bit too. Which one sounds better, right? It's the same thing, making money, changing lives, but you say it with heart and conviction. And that's what you have to understand, is just because you step into this doesn't mean you have to be something weird, right? And be all professional. Like, people get all weird, like, I'm starting a business, right? No, it's like, be yourself, still be yourself, and share that way. Because if you do, that's what makes, that's what gets people to open up to you, because they don't feel like they're being spammed. So want to try another one? Let's try this one. Let's try something a little bit easier.
Okay.
This one's here. Go ahead and read that one.
We are pre-launching a new company, and I'm putting my top 10 people together right now. Are you open to talking? It might be for you and it might not. Trust me, it's worth just taking a look. If not, I'm sure you know someone looking for something part-time.
Okay, does anyone give a try with that one?
Wait, say it again.
Okay, does anyone want to try?
Try what?
I'll do it, okay. So, okay. Number 2, okay. We're pre-launching a new opportunity, okay? I'm putting my top 10 people together right now. So, if we're pre-launching opportunity, give that color, right? So me and my husband have, a really good friend, and they introduced us into a pre-launch of a new opportunity that nobody else in Jacksonville knows about. So new. That makes it more exciting, right? It's like someone saying, here, do you want a piece of chocolate cake? Or do you want a piece of chocolate cake drizzled with raspberries and shaved shaved chocolate and all the good things. It's like, oh yeah, maybe I'll have a piece. So you have to make it more appetizing. I'm putting together my top 10 people right now. So I'm looking at building something massive, right? I'm looking at putting my top people together so we can go out, because, and then giving them context, right? Because in the beginning of this business, when you first get in, the top people are going to be blessed the most. So I'm looking at all the people I love, I trust, I respect, my top 10 people, to put them together, because they're going to be blessed the most as we build this, and you're just giving more color there. Are you open to talking? This might not be for you. Trust me, it's worth your time. Let's take a look. All that. That's fine. So it's all about just taking these words and expanding on them that make sense to you. Okay? All right. I think that's good. Thank you. Okay. Perfect. All right. So create a sense of urgency. Let's go back from the top. You always want to let people know that you don't have a lot of time. I think that's also important, is that when you're introducing this to someone, you're not sharing the whole thing. A lot of times people will introduce and do the whole presentation. We don't want to do that. We just want to invite. That is all you're doing. If they know the products that you have, and honestly, I really don't even want you saying the name of the company, because they're going to go research that, and then it takes away everything from you of sharing the actual opportunity. So if you can just say, hey, my husband and I were pre-launching something in the area, something like that. Don't say the company 3. If they ask, you're going to have to say it, because you don't want to be weird about it. But if you can, try not to. So if you're creating a sense of urgency here, I only have a few minutes. I'm thinking of you. I want to share something with you, or it's a good time. This is always the way to start if you're picking up a call. If you're texting someone, this does not matter. These are more inviting through a call. And creating the interest is what we worked on there. And if you look here, taking the pressure off, this is always important. Anytime whether you're texting, DMing, or doing a phone call, always tell them that it may or may not be for you, or no pressure. Have something with no pressure attached to it, because if you don't, and you say, oh, I think I want you to do this with me, we're going to be great doing this together, you're going to rock this, people step back. Right? It's kind of like dating. The more you get closer and the more you come towards someone, right, the further they go away. So if you're like, this is something I'm very excited about, I always want you to talk about how you're excited. That's super important. It's not that I want you to do this with me. And you might have done that already, and that's okay. People, you have to learn these things, but you want to stay away from that. And then always be respectful in people's time. I feel like a lot of times we'll say, oh, we only need 5-10 minutes. We don't. There's no way we could show this to you in 5 or 10 minutes. You definitely need to ask the proper time. So if they've watched something ahead of time, probably 15 minutes for a call or follow-up. But if for some reason that this is a person that is coming to this totally blind and not seeing any information before, that's a 20 or 30-minute time. Okay? So this is each time you guys do a call or anything like that, you want to hit these points. Create urgency, create an interest, take the pressure off, ask for 20 or 30 minutes every single time. If you could remember that, you'll do really well in each of yours. Okay, so the next one here we have overcoming objections. This is going to be a really long one. It's in your packet. These will all be in your boards. This is something we're not going to go over today, because it's super long. But these are just some of the main, I feel like, questions that people are getting. And there's 2 different ways of asking. There's 2 different ways of responding to these, and just figure out what makes sense to you. All right, once you got that, you've seen that, and again, that's in your boards too if you're ever looking to share that. All right, next we're going to go to the onboarding landing page. And that is going to be, you're going to do that on your phone. Now raise your hand if you went through the onboarding landing page. Actually, raise your hand if you have not went through the onboarding landing page. Okay. So this is your next step. And we've divided this up where we're really just spoon feeding each person that joins, because we're so busy, right? Life is so busy. They're adding something else into their life. And so if we can keep it super simple and just a turnkey business, I think people will have more success. So we've designed this to be very quick and easy, and do it into steps. But it's going to take our part to help our new person, our brand ambassador, get through these steps properly. If we give them everything at once, I believe it takes them almost like 2 weeks to get through something that should be very simple. So we've divided into pieces. So now, as you guys are looking at this, if you have just signed up or you signed someone up, this is the first thing they see in the system, okay, is the 101. It's an onboarding landing page. This landing page is just going to have a few things. All right, go ahead and go pull down. All right, the first thing they're going to see is a training. This is a 1-hour training. If you have not done this, this is your next step. Eventually, it'll get tightened up. We're 3 weeks in, y'all, so we're doing the best we can with documents and systems and processes, trying to change everything over, but it'll be a 1-hour training. This is very important that every person that joins your team goes to this training. Otherwise, you guys are going to have to sit there and explain this stuff to them. So you always want to be pointing to something else. That's so important for you guys to understand. Don't be the tool, use the tools. That's why you have a residual business. If I throw my phone in the ocean and 6 months from now, I can make more money because it continuously grows because everything's being pointed to a tool. All right, so go down. That's step 1. Step 2. Go down to step 2. Yeah, that is WhatsApp. That is a platform that we will use. If you guys go into your folders right now at the same time and find the document that says Welcome to 3, what's next? This is going to follow along with everything that you see here. So if you're somebody who likes to see things on paper, this is going to help you with the process.
Everyone are new people.
Is this
Yes.
experience different on mobile? Because the video doesn't open.
The video's not opening?
There is no video on the
Okay. Can you clear, it did something, we were working on it yesterday. Let me see. We'll figure it out. Sorry about that. Yeah, we were building it last night. Megan, can you text Davos? It's saying that it's not. Well, it's going line.
Yeah, it's still doing that.
Okay, yeah, it was doing that yesterday. We were trying to figure it out. Okay. It'll be fixed. It's just a click. We were editing it. All right, so go back to 2. All right, so when they come in, is everybody in the WhatsApp? Is anyone not in our team WhatsApp group? All right, that is communications. So that is a group that we're all putting everyone in, and that's just mostly for communications, not for welcomes and things like that. It's just information when you're busy, voice messages, and what.
Show of hands who's not, because it's support.
I did. Show of hands who's not in WhatsApp. Oh, just one. Okay. And who's your sponsor? Okay, can we get her in? Yeah, let's get her in there. Okay, yeah. And these are things, because if you want to be a good sponsor, you just want to make sure you get them connected to all the platforms. And if you send them this link, it's in your boards. If you actually go to your boards, where's my phone?
This is after they sign up, not before, right?
Yeah, after they sign up, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go to your boards. All right, go to New Team Member Resources. So you're in your 3 folder in your boards, New Team Member Resources, click on that, and then you'll see a text that says Welcome Text Step 1. You want to see that? Click on it. All you're going to do is cut and paste this text, and you're just going to write their name in it. The welcome text. You see where it says, hey team, you can put whatever you want there. Please help me welcome blank to the Ucrew Nation family. It's literally cut and paste, y'all. It's so easy. You put their name in there, and then at the bottom where it says Ucrew onboarding landing page, click here, or click link. That takes you to this page. So you're just basically saying this is the key to the step 1. Go ahead, click on that, and it's going to direct them to do all those steps. So you have the 1-hour training, the WhatsApp, and when they click on these, it should take them straight to the group. The boards, it should take them straight to the group. There's a tutorial for those who have a little bit, maybe a little bit challenged with just electronics. I am too, so don't worry about that. You can still build the business. Step 4, this is our team Facebook page. Now this is important. This here, is that button still there? Yeah, okay. All right, so we are working on this, guys, so I apologize if you're opening and things are not clicking. Okay, so you have to be added to that group. So if you're sponsoring someone, you brought your new person on, you have to go to Facebook and hit add in the group. Oh, there you go. Yep, you have to hit invite. Okay, so once you invite, make sure you guys are friends, because then you're going to go write a welcome, right? You're going to be like, hey guys, welcome my friend so-and-so to the team. And when you do that, if you guys are not friends or they're not tagged, they won't see it. And I think it's important for them to feel very loved and welcomed. Sorry?
Invite them first.
Yes, I said invite them first. You need to pay attention. You're messing me up. This is like being at our house, by the way. Okay, so that's step 5, and then this is our team training every week at 9:30. I cannot stress to you how important it is for you guys to be on these screen and with your video on. It really is. It's almost like church, right? Like you go there, you see all the people that believe what you believe and think what you think, and the community is what's going to help you. If you do not stay plugged in, within 6 months you're gone. And I will say, if you guys do not go to convention, in 6 months you'll probably be gone too. There's something about going to and being present at these things and with the community that keeps you around. I don't know what it is, it's just what it is. All right, so this is our team training, and that's it. So those are the 5 steps people will see when they first start. And then their job is to come back to you. Okay, so you personally just signed someone up, you went in your boards, that welcome text, right, step 1, you sent that to them. They go here. Then their job, it tells them on the bottom, to download that action plan. The action plan is going to be what they should work from. And it's making their list, because now they're going to start building their business. They're franchising off of you, right? So now they're going to start building their business. So when they're done, it's their job to come back and tell you, and it's your job to check back with them to make sure they do that. It's not anyone else's, because you signed them up. It's your responsibility to help them get started, kind of like a coach or a trainer. All right, we help in the process with more of the recruitment and the calls, but this is your guys' job, just to make sure that, because they need your help. It's like when someone signs up and says, hey, I want to lose 5 pounds in the gym, and they hire a trainer. That's you. You're standing next to them saying, okay, pick up the weight. You know, they might show up to the gym like, I'm here, but they don't know what to do. Your job is to direct them. Okay. All right, any questions on that? I want you guys to ask questions. Yes?
For the text.
Wait, can we give her a mic?
I got it. Now she doesn't want to talk.
I can read on This might have been discussed, but for the text that you send to the person you're onboarding, who do you include? So for example, I'm under Hillary's team. She included me, and I know Ricky responded to it. And then I'm assuming maybe Colleen and you as well are in it. And then I onboarded Lauren. Would I include myself, Hillary, Colleen, everybody on the upline essentially?
Yes.
The text groups will get bigger.
Yeah, the text groups, that's a great question, thank you.
Right, so I would create hers, but it would grow by one person each time, is that correct?
Yes, and and so right now it sounds crazy, but we need all the help we can get, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's exactly how it would be. So for example, if I signed up Annie, okay, and my upline was Ricky, I would always have everybody above me in that, and the new person. So it's me, my new person, and everyone who's supporting me. So that diamond text is a support text. That is basically everyone who helps run your business. Okay, and we do that because we are all busy, and you might be working 5 hours or 7 hours or 12 hours today, and you might not be able to look at your phone. So I'm able to jump in. Or maybe Ricky's in a meeting, and so I'll jump in. You know, so we do it as a team, so you're not doing it alone, so that helps us keep on moving. So yes, it's always you, the person you sponsor, and then everybody who's supporting you. And then as we grow, it will change, as it gets too big. Ricky, you could take that back. Mm-hmm. Okay, thanks. And turn it off too. Okay, thank you. Okay, any other questions on that? That was a great question, thank you. All right, so we got the process, simple, right? Go to your boards, cut and paste that link, personalize it, cut and paste it. going to this page or going to that landing page. They do that quick training. They have their action sheet. And then from there, what's next? Do anyone know? Planning session. Okay. So next is the planning session. All right, so after they do that step, that onboarding page, if you look on the what's next document up there, the planning session, that is basically going to be with your upline. Your upline is not always going to be necessarily the person that sponsored you, because they might be just as new as you. So for example, I sign up Alex, and I started yesterday, he starts today. Well, obviously for me, training him is gonna be a hot mess, right? Because I just started. So then we look up. So then the next person, say it would be Ricky. So then I would call Ricky and say, Ricky, I have Alex that's completed his 101 onboarding process, and he would like his planning session. The planning session is for him to go through all of his questions that whatever he has, whether he's new to network marketing, comp plan questions, whatever he has, he will have that time to ask those questions. And then we will help them get started to the next step, which is creating your own script and starting to share. Right, that's what a planning session is for. We typically will say it's about 20, 30 minutes. All right. Now, after they're done with the planning session, then we're going to 201. All right, so let's pull up 201. Okay, you're doing that there. Actually, can we go back? I do want to talk about that boards. Go back to the boards, my PowerPoint real quick. Okay, yeah, this. All right, so boards, there is a couple things I just learned about it. So we have used boards for different things in the past, and some people were grandfathered in, and obviously every company changes, right? And so now they do charge for some things. It's a very small fee, but it's amazing. I love boards. Does everyone love boards? I just think it's like the best thing ever. Okay, so you can use boards free. If you just use the app and you copy and paste from your app, it's free. If you add it to your keyboard, you get 100 shares. Okay, so if you're using it from your keyboard, you get 100 shares for free. After that, they do charge you $9.99 a month or $83 a year. I think it's totally worth it. But some people might be coming in, bought a founder's pack, whatever, and things are tight. Just have them copy and paste it. They can still use it. Yes, ma'am.
I have a question.
Sure. Can we get our mic? Or do you have a big voice?
I can be loud.
Okay.
The send and share up to 100 messages, is that if we're taking something and sharing it directly from the Words app to the person? Is that a sharing?
I think it's, yes,
Okay,
yes.
So if we screen caption it or copy and paste it, that's different, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, so I think if you're just taking the information, copy and pasting it, but if you're using them to send it, yeah, I think they do 100 shares. So hopefully 100 shares would go like in 2 days for y'all. So I know, I was like, wow, I just downloaded this. It's already done. But yeah, so I wanted you guys to know that because I didn't know that when we started incorporating, they changed it. So I did want you to be aware. Okay, Megan, go the other place. Okay, so they went through their planning session. This is 201. So this is another link. So this, we just got done with this, I think, like a day ago. So we're still kind of tweaking it. But it will be in your boards as well under Team Resources, and it'll say 201. So after they're done with their planning session, we're going to tell them, we're actually going to send them this link in their text, in their diamond text, and it will take them to the next steps. And this is the stuff that holds people back. And hopefully this process is only like a day or two. So when somebody first signs up, you send them that first link the night they sign up. Hopefully they get that done within 24 hours, right? 48 hours at the most, depends on what their next day looks like. And then within like 3 days, you're getting access to 201. But if we give them all of this at once, I've noticed they don't move. They look at this back office and it's like information overload, paralysis. They can't move when they see the back office. So this is a back office training here. It's about 20 minutes. That also holds people back because people feel like they have to know so much. All I want you to know, guys, is just get 2 people. One on the left, one on the right. All that stuff will come. I made $500,000 in my first company and I didn't even open the back office. Like literally, I just knew how to enroll a person, that was it. So, I feel like we get so caught up on the details, and if you're on this team, you have support with all of that. Like my husband and I have support in helping people get in and things like that. So if you're having a hard time, don't worry about this stuff. It's really about sharing, just perfecting your invite and becoming that professional appointment setter. And then step 2 is your smart ship. This is something, if you bought a founder's pack, you don't have to worry about for 3 months. You do not have to buy any, or you don't have to click any auto ship for 3 months. And then after that, it's at how many points? I want to get a clarification on it. Is it 60 or for the founders?
Yes.
It's 60 for the founders. Where's Ricky?
It goes up to 120 once you hit 4-star.
Okay, it's 120. Okay.
Once you hit 4-star.
Okay, so it's 60. I just want to go. I'm not doing the comp plan, he is. So I'm like, that's why I tell you, I still haven't opened my back office. Okay, so it's 60 points. It goes to show you, right? So it's 60 points after that. So count the day you signed up, 28 days, 28 days, 28 days, and then that's when you need to be on auto ship, your smart ship. 60 points. So if you look at every document that has any of the products on it, it has a point system right next to it. Okay, that's 60. So whatever product you want, and most likely you'll probably want more than just one product because they're amazing. All right, wait, don't go. And then after that, after you hit 4-star, Lindy?
Then it's 120.
Okay, so a lot of y'all are 3 stars in here, so pay attention to that. Then you jump up to 120. And after that, there's nothing else. You don't have to go up in any more auto ship. All right, the 3 wallet. Okay, so 3 wallet, don't worry about this until you make money, because you can't set it up until you actually have money in your account. All right? Okay, any questions so far? Okay, just simple stuff. And these are just simple onboarding things. All right, step 4 is the 3 wall. That one there is all the information for the company. So if you're like, what's happening, what's going on, that's where you want to go. So I would make sure you save that somewhere. That is your resource center for the company. And then step 5 is our team YouTube channel. And I would highly suggest going into the self-development tab. This is one of the main things I would say that will help you have success is mindset. We will do a little talking about that tonight, but I will say that will stand in your way is really just your own thoughts. They do take you out, and it's frustrating because I know how much skills and talents all of us have, but those negative self-talks and those stinking thinking of like, I can't do this, or I'm not good enough, or I'm not going to work, I won't work for me, all those things. So if you don't continuously build your mind, it will take you out. Now, that YouTube channel has a self-development tab, and in that tab, it actually says self-development. It's every video my husband and I watched for the first 2 years in order for you. And it's done in a certain way. So I would listen to 1 first. It was Jim Rohn, Building Your Network Marketing Business. Everybody listen to that until it's like a song and you can sing it. And I'm not joking. Like over and over and over again. It's not about listening to 5 or 6 of them. It's about really hearing what people have to say in them, because there's so much information that is so valuable. All right, so let's see where we're at. All right, we were in the planning session, we moved through that. We're in 201. We've kind of went through some things. Okay, this is a good tool. Go to 201, let's see, that would be me.
Is the 201 test in the board?
Is it 201 what?
Is that, it's that link.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, did you guys get in there? Okay, sorry, we skipped through. Okay. All right, so that's in boards. Okay, so that will be in boards. All right, so this is the next document. I'm going to have to fly through some of this. All right, this one here I want you to see when you're signing up a new brand partner. This is a great document. Like if you're like, what do I do? And as I'm telling this stuff to you, you're like, oh crap, what is it she said again? This gives you the checklist. So this would be probably one of my favorite ones when I first got started. Okay, all right, and then so once you get through 101, 201, and 301, that's when we start moving to leadership training. All right, and so you'll get coached on how to host a Connect call, how to lead meetings. There's all these different things that are available to you, but right now I think we're all just going to sit in 1 and 2, so we don't really need to discuss that. All right, where are we on time?
We started late.
Okay, do we know? Okay, we're good on time, okay.
How many slides you got?
I don't know. All right, so ways to share. All right, so these are the ways that we share the opportunity, y'all. So if you're like, what do I do? This is what I do. We do live opportunity Zooms, recorded Zooms, scheduled connect calls, which is a 3-way call. Every time I say connect call, just think 3-way, but that's just that's the terminology. And there is a key in one of those documents that tell you everything and what each, our little, acronyms and stuff are. Home events, who has been to a home event here? Aren't they fun? Yeah, they're so fun. Okay, and then an in-person one-on-one. So those are a couple ways that we share. All right, so this is the process for those of you that need to kind of understand. When we do a live opportunity Zoom, obviously you invite your prospect, you get the date and time that best works for them, and then you're going to go into your boards, and you can go there now actually. If you go into your boards, and you look into the upcoming live Zooms, it shows you your next Zoom opportunity. There is a schedule in there. Do you guys see that? It tells you when we do our Zooms. So I would make sure you are aware of that schedule. It's also on the screen there, 2 o'clock and 8 o'clock every day, Monday through Thursday, Friday at 2 o'clock, and then Sunday at 8. Right? Oh, sorry. I have too many things going.
Every time
Okay,
you do it,
yeah,
fine.
I have too many things. This is like crazy. It's usually all connected. It's not all connected. Okay. All right, yeah, I'm working with it. All right. So that's the schedule. So you guys, for you who are busy and you're working a job, this is great because you don't actually have to be on the phone. That's why we're doing this. Because usually if you do a call, right, you have to be on the phone with your friend. Because we don't do cold calls. So if I want to introduce this, to Charlene, then I have to be there. But if I'm working all day, I can just send them to a live Zoom. And some people like live. Like they'd rather sit in something that's real than something pre-recorded. So that would be a great resource. And then after that, you're just following up with them. But it's very important if you're sending them to these lives, before you send them the information, schedule a follow-up call. You just don't want to throw everything else on the wall and see what sticks. You want to follow up with them and say, okay, what'd you think? And get one of your upline leaders to be on the call with you. Say, hey, I have someone who's watched a live Zoom. I would love for you to help me answer questions. And you're going to schedule about 5, 10, 15 minutes for that. All right, next one, recorded Zoom. And those are for people who are super busy. You can send them through DMs, text messages, whatever. Same concept. It's also in boards. You can pick whatever one you like. Yes?
I have a question about
Sure.
the live.
Can you give her a mic? Sorry, she can't. I can't. Yeah, thank you.
I know that you guys used to, I can talk loud.
I can't hear you. I've been sick all week, so I can't hear anything.
I know that you guys used to do the live Zooms and you would have who it is, doing it. Are you guys not doing that anymore?
Yeah, so
On the schedule and boards, it'll be on there, but the flyers are just not there.
What was her question?
the names are on there? Where?
On the
And
Schedule.
boards and the schedule,
I thought we took that off.
not the schedule.
Give me a second.
Oh, we did it for a little while, but
Okay, yeah, so we originally used to have the pictures and the person. I think it is helpful when you're trying to connect each person sometimes, if you have someone that you really want to see or them to present to. We just started moving so fast that it was too hard to keep up with. We're like, okay, we're going to do it. We're still stuck at Colleen's or, whatever. So it became very hard. Maybe as things settle down, we'll be more consistent in that. But right now, I think it's like, if we got somebody live on there, y'all are blessed because we're all running. But eventually, I think that would be the plan. I like that better. Yes, Dottie?
What Megan and I had talked about,
It's not on?
what Megan and I talked about was putting together a schedule for the entire week and then having the people's names and the dates and the times that they're doing it. So instead of doing the individual graphics.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. But you just have to understand it's subject to change because it is changing. Like yesterday, you were driving from Texas or whatever, and so she couldn't do it, and someone someone from California did it. So like, that's just the thing. Like, I don't want anyone mad at us, right? Like, oh my gosh, I was really expecting Lindy to be there, and she's not there, and it's me, and you're like really upset about it. So, I'm just joking. I'm just joshing. Okay. Hi guys. Hey. Okay. All right. Next, connect calls. Now, these haven't been used so much, but everything does kind of move to a connect call, right? So if you send a live or, recorded Zoom, usually the follow-up is a connect call. If they go to an event and they decide that they need to see more, it ends up on a connect call. And this has been the way we've built our system, and every other company is three-way calls. And it's very important that we look at this today, because I feel like we're just doing them and they're not as professional. And I've always prided myself on our team of always being very professional when we did things, and it never felt like something cheesy or a network marketing cheesy type of opportunity. And so we're going to work on that today. But a connect call, same thing. You guys are going to invite your prospect. You're going to use the text scripts and boards. Remember, make it authentic, give it color, make it sound like you. Read it out loud. If you guys read it out loud, it doesn't sound like you, don't send it, because it's really not you. And then those are in boards, and then follow the same process there. Okay, so what is a connect call? The next one. All right, cool. So this is a meeting with you and your prospect and your upline leader. Your upline leader is either the person who sponsored you, or it's somebody you're working with above that. So for example, if I sponsored Megan and I was super new, Ricky would be my upline, okay? And then this is where they see a visual presentation. So if you're scheduling a connect call, they've had to see something first. The first thing they could see was a live or recorded Zoom, a home event, or it could be the introductory video, the introduction video of 3. Does everyone know where to find that? It's in your boards on the main page. It has the woman with the face when she starts. It's usually what you see in an event. That's the intro video of the company. We like them to see something before we get on the phone. You can't just have them cold. So if you're calling someone for the first time, they've seen nothing, and you just want to do strictly just a connect call. And these are case by case. Typically, we like them to see something a little bit more with more weight. But if for whatever reason they are not able to, or maybe it's someone super high center influential, like I just got them and they'll never give me 20 minutes again, and you just want to do this connect call without any sort of pre-existing or pre-qualifying stuff that they've seen, and it's just that 2-minute video, they have to watch it while you're on the phone with them. So you'll be calling them and saying, hey, Jennifer, I'm so glad you gave me this 20 minutes, excited to share with you this today, and then send them the introduction video to their phone, okay? While you're on the phone, don't hang up. Have them put you on speaker, and then let them watch it. Yes?
What if it's an in-person person?
Okay.
You're saying, how would you invite somebody when you're not on the phone?
To this?
To anything, what would be the best thing, saying, hey, are you open to a
Well,
of income, and then you send them the Zoom to them or something?
Yeah, like if you're just sitting down at lunch with a friend or someone you don't know. Yeah, I mean, I don't like in person so much. I would listen to them. Usually if I invite someone in person, I'm typically listening to something they said. So if they're telling me, oh, my husband, for whatever reason, he hates his job, I'm like, oh, well, we just launched something new in the area. I would love to show it to you. Let's set a time to talk. Oh, what is it? Well, we've just launched a company in 14 countries, the health and wellness based, has a really cool, innovative technology first to market, but it's really sciencey and stuff, and there's a bunch of information. Let's just schedule a time. I'd probably say something like that, and then I would schedule a time to talk, or say, hey, I'll send you some information. Yeah. I'd probably just send them one of the videos that makes sense to the person. I usually, whenever I invite someone, I just look at the things that's going on in their life, And, just from my nursing background, I feel like every person is almost a patient, sitting on a table, and just, they have problems, and they tell you if you listen. If you talk less and listen more, they will tell you what's going on in their life. And all you have to just say, whatever your need is, let me fill it. And for whatever reason, I think we just try to fill it with our needs, with the things that we want to fill it with, or what we see. And it's not always what we see. This person might be living in $1 million home, and so we're like, they don't need money, it has to be health because they're in the gym. Well, little do you know, their bank account is nothing, and their marriage is falling apart because they don't have any money. The husband has gambling issues or something. I don't know. You never know, right? You just never know what's going on behind the curtain. So you really just have to listen to people, and then if you're a good listener, you can help everyone. So, all right.
Francoise,
Yes.
did you mention how to ask for a connect call in that diamond chat?
Yes, it's coming. Yeah. Yeah, it's coming. Good job. See, she's trained well. She's like, what's next? Yeah, keep me on my toes because I was in the hospital Monday, so I'm really trying, guys. Yeah, it's been a tough week. So, all right. So let's see where we're at. All right. So we're going to do the visual presentation. All right, and the purpose of this is really just to give an overview of what we're sharing. Right. It's a quick overview. And it's definitely not meant to be salesy. We will never try selling your friends. I think that's a really good, something for you guys to know that it's not like that for us. All right, so these are the components of a connect call. So the introduction, there's edification, which we're going to hit on hard, forming your story, identifying the need, and then it's a close. So that is what we'll take you through on a call. It's not for all of you to really understand this yet. I think it's just good for you to see that there is an actual structure to a call. When I do one, or Megan, or any of the leaders on the team, it's just not getting in there and just vomiting information. There's a process here, and you'll learn that as you go in 301 training. But this is really important. A lot of us do not know this or haven't been using it, and it does hurt our business. I will say I'm not a person that needs to be like fluffed up. You know, I'm not like a person that needs someone to talk me up in any way, but edification is a really big thing about what we do. I don't need someone to tell me how good I am. I'm not a person that needs a lot of words of affirmation, but this business is built on that. And so there's a thing called a triangle of like a circle of trust in a sense that happens during a call. And it's the edification process that I'm not seeing happen. And it could even be in person too, right? At an event, on a call or whatever. It's causing the person, your prospect, to trust the expert. And to do that, it has to be done properly. And so the edification process is speaking of someone very highly, right? You're going to give a couple of facts about that person, and they're usually things that you really feel. It's not like fake, like this person's awesome, or this person's amazing. That's not edification. Edification is if it's this is my sister, by the way, Susie. All right, so say it was my sister and Alex, okay? And I am the person that's introducing Susie to the opportunity. I have to create a bridge of trust. If I just say, hey, Susie, and say Alex is the expert, okay? If I'm like, hey, Susie, this is Alex. Alex, this is my sister, Susie. There's nothing happening there. But if I say something like, I always want to introduce my prospect first, because a lot of times they're nervous, and if you say nice things about them, it does, helps calm them down. So I might say, hey, Alex, I would love to introduce you to my sister.
I'm having trouble with the connection.
I would like to, yeah, me too, the connection. So a story of my life over here. No. So let me introduce you to my sister. She's my older sister. She's always been so supportive. She's been a mom to me. I've always looked up to her. I love her very much. She has the biggest heart, and she has a daughter. She's 18. Her daughter loves health. She loves wealth, stuff like that. And then come over to you and then talk about what you've done in the industry. I might say, Alex and his wife, they saw network marketing 3 years ago. I want to talk about Alex. I'm gonna totally make this up, okay? Alex came into network marketing 3 years ago, built a massive team of over 200, 300 people in his first week. Now has a team of over 5,000. He has a huge heart to serve. He's a great leader and mentor, right? So I might say something like that, edifying him in the place where she's like, oh, okay, or even say something personal, like he's one of my really good friends the last few years, that we've worked together. He's become, not only just a mentor, but a really good friend. Something to bring that together, because a lot of times I'm getting introduced on a phone call like, hi, this is Francoise. And then, or they say, oh, I've already introduced you before you got on the phone. And I'm like, well, it just feels so weird. It's like dropping me off like at a bus stop. And I'm just like, hi. Okay, and then I don't even know what you said about me. So now I have to talk about myself. It's so hard. So if you guys can make that bridge and make it warm and just inviting, and even if you said it 2 minutes before because you were nervous, say it again when you get back on the phone, because I need to know about the person you're talking to. So if you don't tell me anything, you don't form any sort of, conversation, I don't have anything to say. So you might say, this is my friend Jennifer. She has 2 kids. She loves health. She has a passion, for skiing, whatever. I don't care what you say. It's just something where I could pull from and I can start that conversation. So that's really important. All right, so this is a document here that's going to help you. This is a leader edification document. So this will be in your boards as well. You could literally just read from this. Maybe don't read from it. But make it your own, you know what I mean? Like, find out what makes sense. So for me, I have been a national competitor. You might not need to say that to somebody if they're in the medical field, but maybe if they're in the fitness field, you might say that. Right? So pick out the things that make sense. If I've made over $4.5 million in this industry and you're talking to a single mom, that might kind of sound weird, right? Like, does she need to know all that? She's been really successful, helped a lot of people, and was able to retire her husband. That might make more sense, right? So just take this information and pull from that, and then use that. And this is a blueprint. I love this document. This takes you through each step. So as you're working through a Connect call, if you're like, okay, I'm not really sure the steps, this is something you can follow. And then I actually have a quick video that I want to show you. This is a video of how to do a Connect call properly.
Hi, Ricky.
Hey, Francoise.
Are you still good for the 2 o'clock appointment today? Okay, awesome. You're not driving, right?
Nope, not driving.
Yeah, because I have a visual presentation that I need you to look at, so you definitely have to not be driving. Okay, cool. All right, so go ahead. Just give me a second. I'm going to send you a link, and I'm going to have you watch that with me on the phone. Just give me 1 second, okay? I'm going to text it to you.
Okay, good. I got it.
So go ahead and put me on speaker and go ahead and watch that, 3 to 4 minute video, and then I'll be waiting here. And when you're done, just let me know, okay? All right, I'm just gonna press mute so I don't be a distraction.
Okay, I'm gonna play it now.
All of us are looking for a life of meaning and significance.
Hi, George.
Hey there.
It's Francoise. Okay, so I have the prospect on the other line. His name is Ricky. He's about 2 minutes into the video, so I'm gonna go ahead and merge you. Just please press mute, okay?
Sure thing. Let's do this. I'm ready.
All right, thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
time for 3.
Hey, Francoise. Yes, I finished the video. Really neat.
Okay, cool, Ricky, you're done. All right, awesome. So while you were watching the video, I actually took the opportunity to bring in my business partner and a mentor of mine. His name is George, and the reason why I brought him on today is because I'm so new at this, and I definitely want you to have all the information to determine whether this is for you or not for you. And he's really just been amazing to me. But before I, hand over the call to George, I would like to and do a quick introduction. So. Okay, George, so this is my good friend Ricky. Ricky and his wife are just really, really close to us. We've been friends for, over 15 years, and they're just an amazing couple. They're very successful here in Jacksonville. They have a construction company, 2 beautiful children, and I was really excited for you to share some of your story with them today because they are super into health products, and I just think that this might add some value in their life. You never know if it's for you or not for you, but I'm just really glad you're on here today. And so you know who you're talking to, Ricky. This is George. George is someone that I highly respect. He's a mentor of mine. He's a friend. And he's just really came in and just really been mentoring me in many different ways and just been so successful in this industry. He has created a multiple 7-figure income, and I have just plugged into his system. It's been super easy, and we have just found ourselves in a position where we've been really successful. So I'm so glad that he's able to jump on the call today because he's super busy. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna step out of the way. I'm gonna press mute, and then I'll let you guys take over, okay? All right.
Hi, George. Hey, Ricky. Yeah, I'm going to share my story and also answer any questions that you might have. Okay. So tell me a couple things. Where are you from? Tell me a little bit about your family. Yeah, I live in Jacksonville, Florida. Married, 2 kids.
Give it up for George, right? I got him to put a wig on, which was funny. I get him to put a wig on a lot, actually. If anyone's been to my parties, he's always in something. All right, let's see. But that's okay. So that's a 3-way call. And it was very professional, right? It felt that way. There was an introduction there. I think it's important too, once you hand over the call to the expert and you do that intro, you press mute and you don't talk. Because there's a relationship being built. And the minute you jump in, you devalue everything that expert did. It's really important. It's not like we want to talk. It's like scientific stuff, right? So, and then at the end, be prepared to send the enrollment form. So if you don't know where that is, that should be something like a quick draw that you know where to find that. You're going to ask, we're always going to ask to send that so we can give a visual as we're talking about the Founders Pack. I typically like to send the Founders Pack document that just has all the founders, the things that you get for, and then also the enrollment form. So those are 2 things that should be in your boards. Can we go, are we here, is this where we're at? Home events, okay. And then also with a Connect call, after the Connect call, we're always gonna do a 3-way text so that we can help you with the follow-up. Okay, all right, home events. All right, home events is the same way, guys, right? You're gonna invite to event. We always suggest if you can, ride with your guest. I mean, the ones that you pick up show up, right? But people do get busy, so And in the boards, there's always going to be the upcoming flyers in there, and they're updated every week, so just cut and paste. And do check the flyer for dates and times and changes, because there are some times where, locations change and stuff, like today. Who went to the wrong place? I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, that's funny. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, it's not funny, but it is funny because I put it everywhere. Hey guys, we're changing a place, we're changing a place.
I never added her WhatsApp.
Who? Oh, yeah. See, Ricky was a bad sponsor. You didn't add her to WhatsApp. See? Okay. This is what I'm talking about. George, it's all George. Okay, so here's some tools. These are tools if you're hosting an event. Here's an event checklist, which is very nice. So everything is there that you need. There's optional, like you don't always have to have, wine and things like that, and cheese and all that, But this is just how we suggest a good event to be, and there's some optional stuff on the bottom. So just some tools for you. Next slide. All right, one-on-one. We don't do a lot of these, but if you do have somebody that does need that one-on-one, just that extra, you can always be with that person at a coffee shop or a Panera or whatever and call a leader or show a video. Some people do like that, and a big event would not be good for them. So that's a one-on-one. Okay, so we've ran through that. Okay, cool. All right, so yay. Okay.